Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to start a new tutorial series on this channel and that will be based on SQL Server databases. So for the very first beginning, we will start with understanding SQL Server databases and SQL Server Management Studio. What is the difference between SQL Server database and SQL Server Management Studio? Here I'll be using Management Studio 2014, but you can use any version that you have, either 2005, 8, 14 or the latest version, that is 2017. We will start with creating a database, then adding tables to it, creating views, procedure, triggers, and everything that you need to know to be a SQL Server database developer or a DBA, right? Means each and everything that you need to know about SQL Server databases will be covered in this tutorial series. So let's begin with understanding what SQL Server Studio is. Actually, SQL Server Management Studio is the administrative console for SQL Server, or you can say that it is a GUI that gives you an ability to create database, tables, to procedures, etc. And also you can run your SQL scripts here. It enables you to view your database. You can configure user accounts, perform backups, replication, transfer data between the databases, and many more tasks that you can perform with your SQL Server database. Although you can perform all these tasks using the scripts as well, but it's your option. Means you have two options. You can use GUI for that, or you can use SQL scripts to do any task that you want. For example, if you want to create a database, you can create it using the GUI. You can run a SQL Server script. So it is SQL Server Management Studio that is giving you an option to connect to your database. It is just a tool, it is a GUI that enables you to connect to your database, right? So your database structure and everything is only in your database, and this is the look of your SQL Server Management Studio when you open it. Whatever your configuration, your version of SQL Server Management Studio is, you will get this look. So here I'll be using SQL Server 2014. So server type is database engine, means you are going to connect to a database. Server name will be your server name where your database is installed, right? Means your SQL Server database is installed in your local machine, then you get a dot here, you can write local. Or else if your database engine is installed on some other machine in your server, in your network, then you can write here the IP for that machine. Now, authentication types. In authentication types, we get SQL Server authentication. Within that, you have to log in with your login ID and password, that is SA, and whatever password you have set while installation. Also, we have a Windows authentication here. For that, you don't have to give your login ID and password. It will directly log in with Windows authentication, right? And here is SQL Server database that contains all your database, tables, data, your views, stored procedures, function, etc. Means everything related to your data and its functionality will be here. And SQL Server Management Studio gives you a GUI to connect to this database and perform actions and tasks on these data, right? So let's begin with opening our SQL Server Management Studio. Whatever version you have, I'm just opening SQL Server Management Studio here, and then I'll show you each and every step that you need to follow to create a database. And we will also talk about something which we'll get familiar about the things that we get in. So see, here is the database engine that we need to connect. We also have other services, analysis services, reporting services, integration services, but here we are connecting with the database. We are working on databases, so we are interested in database engine, right? Now, as my database server, SQL Server, is installed in my own machine, so I can use a name, server name local here, or I can use a dot that denotes the local machine. I can use SQL Server authentication, or here we have a Windows authentication. For Windows authentication, you don't have to enter your username and password. You can directly connect to your database engine. Whereas in SQL Server authentication, you need to give the login ID and password that you set while you were installing SQL Server on your machine. So here I have used SQL Server authentication and I'm just connecting. It will take a few seconds, right? So here we have connected to the server. Now see the databases that we get. There are already a few databases that you get while you install a database engine server on your machine. And now to create a new database, go to databases, new database. Here you can write your database name. For example, I am writing database learning, database learning. There are so many other options also that we will talk about in later videos. There are a few things that you get, right? So right now we are just creating a database. Give a name and click OK. Now you're not having that database here, right? So go here and refresh. Now you will see your database. Database learning. This is our database. Now these are the folders that will contain your tables, views, programmabilities for functions, triggers, and procedures. Everything will be here. Right now we have created a database. Now to add a table, simply go to table, new table. This is the column name. For example, I'm giving serial or I would say the first column can always be ID. That can be of type int. If you check this allow nulls, that means you will allow null values in a column. But for ID column, we don't want any null values, so I'm unchecking this. Now go to your next column. It can be a name. A name is of let's say 50. Name can also not be null, right? Choose. Now you can have a job ID. For example, this is the job ID and it is also name. But maybe some of the students are also enrolled in this table, but they don't have a job ID. So for that, we can have it allow null. Now to save, Control S, table name, example table, and then click OK. Now under the tables, refresh, and you will see your table is created. So it's all for now. In the next video, we will create a few more columns, relationships, and add data to our table. Thanks for watching.